Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the secret weapon in Halo 2 that you probably never knew you actually had. So, what is the secret weapon? Well, at the beginning of the mission tutorial, the Armory, the tutorial mission of Halo 2, where you're supposed to do the aim test and everything, you spawn weaponless, or at least it looks like you spawn weaponless. But the truth is, you are not actually weaponless during this tutorial. You are actually holding an invisible weapon. But how can you tell that you're holding a weapon or not, or if you're actually weaponless? Because it looks like you're weaponless. Well, according to the Halopedia, this is how I first noticed this. They mentioned that you actually can't zoom in when you're weaponless on the tutorial, but you can zoom in when you're weaponless on any other mission like Cairo Station. Well, if we go to third person, while we're on this mission, it looks like we're holding an invisible weapon, right? Well, let's go to the mission Cairo Station for a comparison. This mission, where we also spawn weapons at the start. First of all, you notice that there's no HUD, no reticle. But if we go to third person, it's a different pose when we're weaponless. So on the Armory, it looks like we're holding an invisible gun. But now on Cairo Station, where we're truly weaponless, it looks like we're holding an invisible football. So that is how you can tell that you are actually holding a weapon. It's just literally invisible. But you can't fire it, you can't zoom in. But on Cairo Station, you can in fact zoom in. And that is the reason why you can't actually zoom in on the Armory when you're weaponless. It's because you're actually holding a weapon where zooming is disabled. So what does this weapon actually look like? Well, this time around, I set myself to spawn an SMG and sniper rifle. And I made the sniper rifle shoot out that invisible weapon. And as you can see, once on the ground, I mean, you can't actually see it, but when you stand over it, while it's invisible, it does say hold E to pick up a sniper rifle. And then I can swap it back and forth with other weapons, like the SMG that I had. And then, when I shoot it out, it also makes a sound when it drops on the ground. Even though it's invisible, it's still physical, and it makes a sniper rifle sound that's dropping on the ground. And then when I actually pick it up, it also says picked up a sniper rifle. However, it's not actually a sniper rifle. In fact, in the game files, it's considered a melee weapon, and it's called unarmed. It's literally a weapon that Bungie made. I assume based off of the sniper rifle in some ways, where the whole purpose of the weapon is to make you weaponless. So I know that kind of sounds counterintuitive, but yeah, it's literally a weapon just to make you seem weaponless. Now, before I explain the purpose of this weaponless weapon, I'm going to show you guys a few interesting other experiments that I did to understand this weaponless weapon a little bit better. So, if I spawn at the start with the weaponless weapon and something else my secondary, and I spawn like an SMG or something, and I swap for it, I swap the weaponless weapon for the SMG, I can't shoot. Even if I dual it, I can't shoot at all. I don't know why. It's a really weird thing. But it only happens if I start off with the weaponless weapon as one of my starting weapons. If I start off with two regular weapons and then spawn in the weaponless weapon and then swap for it, then and then swap back, I could still shoot the other weapons just fine. And then just for fun, I modded the weaponless weapon to make it dual wieldable, and I can't dual wield two of the same weaponless weapons, but I can dual wield it with something else that's still wieldable, like the SMG. And it kind of works fine. It just looks like I'm holding that SMG and then an invisible SMG in the other hand. But aside from that, obviously I can't fire the invisible weapon, but I can still fire the SMG. It's just be holding the SMG in one hand. And other than that, everything else looks fine, and the animations actually surprisingly work fine too. But one other interesting thing is that when I dual wield this weapon, if I hold it in this position with the SMG in my left hand, then my right arm actually gets disconnected from the body, which is another weird bug with this. But obviously, this weapon was not meant to be dual wielded in the first place. Actually, you weren't even meant to know about it at all in the first place. So obviously, bugs with dual wielding are to be expected. So, why does this weapon exist? Well, I don't entirely know why it exists. I can only guess with an educated guess. So, this is where I modded the mission where I actually spawned weaponless. I don't actually have a weapon this time around. not even the weaponless weapon. I'm truly weaponless this time. So as you can see, the big difference here, the only difference is that there's no reticle. So my theory is that Bungie made the weaponless weapon solely so that you could have a reticle when you're weaponless, and they made it like not zoomable for whatever reason. I don't know why, but my guess is that like without a reticle, this tutorial part might have been confusing to some new players, especially if you want inverted and you have to go through this whole extra step of the tutorial. Without a reticle, it might be hard to aim or confusing for like first-time players. So that might be why Bungie gave you the weaponless weapon, simply to give you a reticle and to disable zooming as well. So it's a little behind the scenes, under the hood trick they did. Instead of like, you know, making like a whole separate HUD for when you're weaponless and like scripting it to disable zooming, maybe that was just simpler for Bungie to do instead. I don't know for a fact, but that's just my guess. But yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments. If any of those want to check out or look into, just let me know. You know, pretty much any game's fair game. But other than that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!